Hello everyone, welcome back to chemistry class. Today we will study Rutherford's model. First, quick recap of what we have done earlier. Earlier we have studied about Thomson model. Know that Dalton's atomic theory failed when he said atom, they are indivisible. They are divisible, they have subatomic particles, electrons and protons and neutrons inside them. Then we have studied about Thomson model, which is a plum pudding model or a watermelon model, where he considered most of the charges, positive charges like this scattered, and in between what you have, the seeds are like electrons, that is negative charge. And in total, the whole atom is neutral. Then after Thomson, Rutherford performed an experiment to study more about structure of the atom. So first we will see what setup he used for this experiment. He used a very thin foil of gold. As you know, gold is the most malleable material. So you can make very thin foil, even less than what aluminum foil you use at home. And it is such thin, it's like 100 atoms stacked together. That much thin gold foil was used by Rutherford. Then what he had done it used bombarded alpha particles on this thin gold foil. Alpha particles, they are helium atoms. Now helium, it contains 2 electrons and 2 protons. So it is massive as compared to single proton. So he used alpha particles to bombarded this on this gold foil, and when this alpha particles, they incident on this gold foil, they show some data, like they show scattering data, they get scattered. And with that scattered data, he concluded many things. Now first, what he was assuming, he was considering that Thomson model was okay. So according to him, if you consider this as a gold foil, very thin gold foil, and this is atom, this is zoom part. This is what he was thinking. Model was proposed by Thomson. This red one is your positive, fully filling the space, and in between is your electron. According to this model, when alpha particles, they are striking on this thin gold foil, most of them should get scattered in this direction. It should be like this according to Thomson model. So it should come here and then get scattered, fall here and get scattered, and very few which strike over this electron may pass through it. Electrons, their mass is 2000 times smaller than protons. It is like mass of electrons are negligible as compared to mass of protons. The protons are very heavy and electrons are very light. So alpha particles, they should be able to pass through this. If they strike electron, they should be able to pass. Now because electrons are scattered, so the possibility of passing alpha particles, that is getting over here, is very less. And because whole space is filled with positive charge particles, they are massive ones. So this alpha particles, they get deflected. This is what he assumed according to Thomson model. So this he should get. If the model is correct, he should get like this. But he was surprised to see the results of this experiment. So what he got? Instead of this scattering pattern that I explained you just now, what he obtained is alpha particles, most of the alpha particles, they pass through here. He put one detector to detect. You cannot see them by naked eyes, the detector to detect these particles. So what he observed is most of the alpha particles, when they go, they can easily pass through this foil. Okay, so most of the alpha particles they find here on this side, and only few get scattered, that too in very small angle. And like if suppose this is your atom and this is the center of atom, so if alpha particle is getting over here, then with very small angles they get scattered. So only few get scattered and most of them can pass through this foil. And this is just opposite of what he has imagined from this Thomson model. That proved that Thomson model was not at all correct. Okay, now based on the data of this experiment, he concluded few things about structure of the atom. It was entirely different than Thomson's model. What he said is, most of the positive part in the atom is concentrated in the center. That means if this is your atom, then most of the positive part is here in the center. He named this as nucleus. And because protons are much heavier as compared to electrons, so most of the mass of the atom is concentrated here in the center, the nucleus part. And this nucleus part is very small as compared to the size of atom. And about electrons, electrons are revolving around this nucleus. So he gave model like this. So you have all positive parts over here, positive and negative, revolving around this nucleus. So most of the part is empty. That can be, so this data can be explained by this, because most of the part is empty, so alpha particles can easily pass through. There are only electrons, so they can easily pass through. Those alpha particles which strike at center, they get only deflected by small angles. So main points of Rutherford model was, all positive charge is concentrated in the center of atom, which is called nucleus. Electrons revolve around the nucleus. And size of the nucleus is very small as compared to size of the atom. That means this part is very small as compared to the size of the atom. Now, main drawback of Rutherford, this was all good. Main drawback is he was not able to explain why electrons are revolving around. See, when things are in motion, okay, that means they are accelerating. So after some time, they will lose energy. So if electrons are revolving around nucleus, and if they are continuously revolving around, so at some point they will lose energy. And at that point, what will happen? This electron will fall to this nucleus, and then there will be nothing like atom. But this doesn't happen. Okay. So this model of Rutherford was not able to explain stability of revolution of electron around the nucleus. Then it was explained by Niels Bohr, and that model we are going to study in next class. So main conclusion, see, and you can see this model is very much different than the model given by Thomson. So Thomson model was a plum pudding, where the whole positive charge is scattered and in between you have negative. But it was proved wrong by this experiment. The model, the structure of the atom was something like that, where positive charge is at center and electrons are revolving around. But there are some drawback of this model also, which was finally explained by Niels Bohr, and that model we will study in next class. Thank you.